and Fnatic. Game 2.
I want the end of this.
You want the end of this? It's a philosophical thing. Anyway, Nidalee, first ban coming out of the side of H2K. Not the biggest surprise, obviously.
Yeah, this time they don't want to trade because they were like, I think we can leave Spirit because he lost the game last week with Nidalee.
Yeah.
So like, okay, let's send him on this guy. But now they're like, okay, we don't want to play Nidalee and we don't want him on Nidalee, so they just ban it.
Yeah, like that's kind of the clear message from H2K here. Is like we actually don't want to first pick it ourselves. So we'd rather remove it. I think you can save it for later ban and see if Fnatic is banning it.
But maybe they're really like Nidalee, Fnatic is also the same. They know that H2K doesn't like Nidalee, so they will keep it for the third ban into this. So
mind games.
I think it's just safer.
And the Irelia then that we saw Kikis on just now, is that a sign or is that just taking it away?
I like the Irelia ban on blue side because it's a very simple blind pick on red side.
Yeah.
That means you can set up yourself for counter pick on mid and you still have a good top laner. So banning it away limits the options of Fnatic here.
Opponent's Gnar.
Yeah, exactly.
How often in your games do you look at what the team played in the first game and kind of like ban out some of these picks if you feel like they were annoying, or how often do you feel like it's better to actually just kind of stick to what you originally playing? Because like right now, it's 2 new bans obviously from H2K. They went Azir, Zilean, and Karma in the last game. Now they're going complete opposite in banning Nidalee and Irelia, who was played in the last game.
I think like you come up with a plan when you come into the first game and you're like, okay, so I think that these champions are good to ban, so we can draft around this. But then you realize that you're wrong, because even if you ban like those Azir, Zilean, and Karma, still like maybe Nidalee and Irelia kills you. So you're like, okay, let's remember, never mind the first plan, let's go into new plan, let's adapt to the ban. And this is where like a coaches like needs to work like during the game itself to make sure like the second game is better for the plan.
Exactly. I can't add anything to else. Was exactly my words too.
At the rest, the Shen ban and then a Zilean ban,
Yeah, so at least one part of the plan from H2K sticks, banning out the Zilean. What are we looking at here for first picks? We've obviously seen a lot of AD carry first picks today, like both Jhin and Ashe has actually been first picked, Sivir as well.
I actually expect a Sivir here too, because Freeze, not his best performances this last weeks. So putting on a champion who has a lot of utility like an Ashe or Sivir would be very, very beneficial for H2K.
Karma is open too in this draft. This is the champion they both like. YellowStar usually picks either Karma, either Nami right now in this meta.
Yeah.
So that would be
It's also important that the combination of Karma and Sivir is so toxic. That means you want to break it up. Like at the moment Karma and Sivir open, you're kind of forced to pick one of those.
Yeah, and Sivir Karma into 1-3-1 is the best, and here you have Ryze open, Vladimir open. So like the side lane champions are already really good. So like here you can expect Fnatic to deny at least the Sivir if they want to play around it.
Yeah, and go like Sivir, Rek'Sai with 2 jungle bans as well in Elise and Nidalee. Like Rek'Sai kind of comes next on the tier list for a lot of teams.
Gragas could be.
Gragas could also be up there, but
synergize good with Sivir, and hopefully like since maybe H2K like maybe wants to play like some Lucian and stuff, maybe it's better to have Gragas into Lucian. So that's like because usually Rek'Sai tunnels, the Lucian dashes out.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me here to see an Azir actually. Like it's the same thing. Having a safe mid lane pick, which is a good blind pick, setting up yourself for a counter top. But they pick both solo laners right now.
So in the LCK, if we see Azir as an early pick, almost always Varus comes in as like one of the direct counter picks to it. In Europe, we almost never see that. Is there a specific reason you guys do not like the Varus pick in there?
You guys pulled it, but once.
I mean, you guys like used to once. Yeah, once.
The thing is, Europe and I think in A2 rely very much on lane pressure still. And on lane, Azir still has pressure over Varus. It just comes onto 2 items, 3 items when Varus takes over and has just a super long range to deny the Azir. So, as I said in EU, people think about lane first and then about team fighting.
Yeah.
So
otherwise we would pick like Maokai, Sivir, Braum every game, and we win. But yeah, we have some ego. That's true. What's saying Grab. So I agree with this. But right now against Azir, you never pick Sivir most of the time. So I expect like Jhin, maybe like Morgana. Karma is already picked. So I don't think I think it's gonna be support, not flex pick. And then maybe in mid you can pick some Taliyah or something like that.
I don't like the Rek'Sai. Sorry, I don't like the Rek'Sai pick up here because against Azir you really want some hard engage from like Gragas.
Gragas
the way better option here. But Jhin alone is not enough, I think, to catch out in
I feel like a comp we see very often with Jhin in Europe is actually like Rek'Sai Jhin combined, and you play Seeker and you try and follow up like long range pick from Jhin, especially against things like Azir, who tends to be used against weak against poke. Normally, like he wants to all-in team fight. Obviously, you're diving at him, but long range poke against Azir makes him a bit weaker.
So I really want Fnatic to play a strong bot lane, because here they reveal top, they reveal mid blindly. So in theory, H2K can counter pick it as much as they want. And H2K revealed the bot lane, so we expect Karma to be bots. And in this case, if they pick like some Braum and Sivir, like I really don't like this. I hope like they're pulling some like Nami
Kate,
Nami Lucian.
Nami Kate, the good old fully lane.
Okay, at least they're saving the support, but Sivir is decent, I would say, against Jhin. Like, he's even good because you can pressure him out, but
exactly.
please not Braum, because otherwise you just dismantle this synergy.
What about Olaf for Spirit?
Yeah, very good. I think it crushes Rek'Sai in 1v1 scenario, and can match with the speed of Sivir, so yeah, really good pick.
And that's even way worse. I think the Rek'Sai pick is even worse because you set up yourself to have a losing matchup, then why not take the Gragas anyway, who benefits more for the team. Even if, like the official said about the Praise Seeker W coming from Jhin, you can do kind of the same with a Mantra Q from Karma or a barrel from Gragas. So I think, the Rek'Sai pick was wrong.
What do you guys think? Is there a chance we get the Karma mid here and they actually lock in a second support, like Nami?
I'm not sure because the... Yeah, maybe actually, but I don't know what's Rio champion pool into Azir, because there are some people that play Taliyah, some people that play Varus, so...
You could also just
some
go
people play Victor because he does Victor every day anyway, so...
Yeah.
And also the synergy between a Karma mid lane and the Jhin and the lead carry is not the greatest.
Oh,
I mean, I would expect Taliyah. I think it's good pick into Azir.
Yeah.
there we go.
It's good disengage too against them, so I like the champion.
Yeah, actually a matchup a lot of people talk about, and kind of the same deal again where you have like long range, Prey Seeker, like Taliyah poke as well, like consistently sitting there landing cosmic shots, and then you can actually kite out of it very easily. And then like once you land one and you maybe knock in a guy into your minefield, followed up by like Jhin Snare, like it's a lot of pick potential on the side of H2K.
Against Giants, we had also to play against the Rumble and the Jhin, and that was not funny. That was, he just lays down the equalizer and then the Jhin ult, the curtain call, and there's nowhere for you to run. Either.
But this is the kind of comp where you need to be decisive. This is the kind of comp where you need to be proactive. Like, to me, like if H2K here are like hesitating in terms of like setting up sieges or moving down to objectives, then suddenly like Fnatic can start putting up pressure in side lanes with the Gnar. Braum comes in as the last pick. I'm seeing two guys here shaking their head.
Yeah, I mean, it's good against Jhin, yeah, but it defeats the purpose of picking the mid and top so early, because you want to set up yourself for a winning bot lane. But right now you're just like accepting the fact that you're gonna get pushed in.
What could have been a different support pick?
I think Nami would be better. Nami or Bard.
Yeah,
that doesn't play Bard, I think YellowStar.
Yeah.
One pick.
Bard would have been interesting, and in a big way, maybe Soraka.
All right, well, we'll see what happens between these two teams. And Taliyah in the mid lane is always exciting, obviously, so we'll see what Ryu can do with that up against that Azir. The coaches are going to shake hands in just a second. And with the lineups locked in, let's hand it over to our casters to see how it plays out.
Thank you very much, Shocks. Gearing up here with Krepo for Game 2. A very different pick and ban after that first matchup. A lot changed here. What do you think is going to be the most impactful pick?
Definitely not the fifth rotation counter pick Braum into a race support matchup. I definitely echo what the desk was saying there. Nami or Bard would have been way better.
Yeah, I feel like Fnatic need just a little more reinforcement. So it's like, Fnatic, what do we want? Hard CC. When do we want it? Now!
I mean, technically it's... yeah, I know, right, crowd? But it's technically is hard CC. Like, Fnatic, they want to stampede. They want to pop that Sivir ult. They go in, swoop, get a Mega Gnar, and then follow with a massive Braum ultimate, create a fissure and just almost like Jumanji stampede over H2K. But they're running into some really strong disengage there. Taliyah is so deceptively annoying to play against. Kites very well. Rushing into an equalizer has been proven in the past quite dangerous.
It does a lot of damage, and of course a lot of zone control put up by that Taliyah as well. It's going to be really hard for Fnatic to force out these fights without being punished.
All right, so H2K is going for the cheese. Instead of going for an invade and then dividing map and giving Fnatic a chance to counter swap, they go for the blind predict. So they want to move into the lane. And right now, Kikis already pinging that out a little bit. Maybe he saw a ward be put down. That ward is been there for a while right now, over the wall.
Pings on the bush.
But it does seem that...
Fnatic are reading the cheese.
I mean, they're not, Maybe there's... I think they're saying... Oh my god, they might walk into it. Because they're pinging it again. Fnatic might be saying, let's walk top and wait in the brush here for enemy top laner to walk out. And H2K is one step ahead of that. H2K is reading what teams do if they want to go for a blind swap themselves. So, like, there is a scenario where Rekkles and YellowStar straight up walk into their opponents.
Oh.
But they're going for a camp. Never mind.
H2K moving up. It's not too late, Krepo. Don't let go of your dreams. We could see some action here. In the
if they stop them at the Krugs, they can actually do a really good level 1 proxy.
No ping going down on a Vander. Looks like Fnatic do see him. Yeah, they are going to back off that camp, Vander.
And he doesn't know. He doesn't know he's spotted, so he can actually get zoned out. Oh, Freeze, he has auto attack on.
Oh, going in. Oh, YellowStar. That's a massive fumble.
Yeah, yes and no, because they still get the push, which is great. So this losing matchup, they'll play with support flash down, but they still get the push here. As Freeze challenges it back right now.
A lot of poke going down, but Rekkles is better, or knows better than to let that push go away.
A lot happened. Fnatic spotted Karma, they moved away. Karma obviously did not know, so had to check for the event that the enemy jungle, in case it was a lane swap, you know? Then, to punish him that, Freeze accidentally hit the creep, because he had auto attack still enabled. He didn't do his settings right. Usually you disable that spell, and then YellowStar's reaction wants to instantly Q flash, but he hits a minion. Oh. And then things go worse. Because if YellowStar did flash exhaust on Freeze, probably would have been killed.
A little bit of a fumble there coming in on the side of Fnatic, and they're giving up the lane pressure now.
Yeah, now they're stuck. They minor pushed, but Freeze still got the level 2 soon.
Yeah. Unfortunate on the side of Fnatic, losing out there overall. Rest of the lanes, a lot of pushing going on, but not a whole ton of trading here in terms of summoner spells.
Odoamne getting that charcoal, getting the barbecue going.
I mean, half the time I feel like that's acceptable because he's a giant evil monster, but the other half the time he's adorable, and that's probably not okay.
I mean,
cows
can be adorable. Still good meat.
You're on that veal life.
Gotta get the protein somewhere.
H2K continuing to apply pressure here on the top side. Probably not thinking too much about their dietary needs at the moment.
Nope. Just want to crush CS. Want to get the CS gains.
Gotta get the gold. Spend the gold on items. Get the wins. Use the wins on food.
Alright, Azir usually is a very push-heavy matchup, but Taliyah is actually one of the few champions that can outpush like these trading patterns, and then the Qs off of already worked ground are so potent at controlling the minion wave. Q off worked ground is not a harass tool, it's just a minion push tool. And then you can go for harass. Ooh, Jankos swept around here.
Getting cheeky.
But he's playing against the typecast low econ player, Kikis. Can he dodge it?
Moving in. Is he going to be able to get the hop out? Move in, no Mega Gnar. Flashes.
Yeah. So basically, Jankos doesn't want Kikis to flash E out and dodge the hop, so he preemptively goes for a flash knockup, hoping to burn him down. Not enough damage there, so Kikis played just fine.
Making it out, does have to give up the flash. Gonna have to keep our eyes on Jankos, see if he wants to rinse and repeat on the bottom side. Kikis TPing down. Spirit moving his way down as well. Wants to back up. Knows that that is a point of vulnerability.
Maybe Kikis here. Spirit
No
in
fear.
tow.
Hop skip. Odo's gonna have to flash. Trades it back in the end. Spirit getting a little over aggressive there.
He probably saw Spirit with the ghost, which is what prompted the flash. Top lane, they're doing well though. Rekkles and YellowStar, despite blowing that flash early, it's actually not that punishing because they dodged the roughest point of the matchup, which was the level 1. You can be infinitely put in that situation. If things go a little awry, you can be infinitely put on level 1. Like you can end up level 1 versus 3 if Freeze and Vander execute like kind of the proxy just right. It's really delicate and hard to do, but it is possible when you challenge enemies on Krugs.
It's been an interesting top side bot lane matchup here. Both teams kind of having to adapt on the fly. Both
A little
teams.
wide.
Look, man, you can't.
I mean, that
Don't.
spell has the hitbox of a truck, dude. Misses, you gotta call it out.
Look, I mean, how many times have you been hit by a truck, Krepo?
Not once. I can't
there
make
you go.
I had my mom drive over my toe with an SUV once. Does that count?
I mean, maybe that's the equivalent of just clipping him on the edge with the karma skill shot.
Nope.
I don't think Vander's going to be sorry if he clips him, though. Your mom was probably pretty sorry.
Poor mom.
Ah, hits that one.
Yeah.
Mr. Negative.
Straight to the face. Hey, we're yin and yang, dude. I whine and you...
Praise people
Praise.
for hitting skill shots. Everyone deserves praise.
Yep.
Febiven moving back to the mid lane. It's just a game of wave clear once again. Although we do finally have the 2v2 lane matchups, it feels like there's no break point quite yet.
I mean, the breakpoint is the sustain. When these guys run out of pots, they continuously eat poke and they can only all in. And if they're put on like 30% HP, they can never really go for the all in either.
Oh.
So they're limited by their sustain here.
Here comes Jankos. Weaver's wall coming in as well.
Oh,
Are they going to push it back? Oh! Nice moves coming in there to cancel that out.
Honestly, this is good for Fnatic. They're forced to base anyway, something they would have had to do At one point, they were at the verge of being out-sustained, and they blow like a major ultimate and time away from Jankos. So while it looks grim, like these are things putting in motion that would have happened anyways. Rekkles would have had to base regardless.
And there's not enough of a wave here for them to pressure the tower. They don't have enough strength, so Olaf's going to pick up a little bit more CS, and Fnatic are going to be happy.
Looking to counter Ryu here, maybe cheeky play. Nah, he's just going to match out. So honestly, H2K botched that pretty hard, and now Freeze will have to flash
Moving
out.
forward, tower's up. Just going to move away on that one. Nice dodge out from Spirit on the Deadly Flourish.
I like that they turn that around. They know they have the damage here. Rekkles was not in tow. The H2K, they had large potential impact on that play there if that roam worked, but messed it up just a tad.
I like that they're going for aggressive moves. This is what I like to see. Similar to that early game we saw from Tomcats last time around, but maybe a little bit too eager to make the play. Fnatic started to back off. They still continued to commit.
Yup, and Rekkles managed to at least stall his potion, spread them thin until he got the BF sword. Really important as Sivir that you're not forced to back before you get that item. You can play losing matchups 10 CS down as long as you get to the major item spikes on time, because then you don't get put into the dumpster. Fnatic, that's one thing they've always done well, is play slightly losing matchups to a T. But then the few games where they do fall too far behind, they just get stomped and everybody blames draft. So
Gotta be careful about it. Oh, Febiven potentially in trouble. A lot of damage goes down. He gets kicked back.
the patience from Ryu on that knockback.
Ryu looking very experienced on the Taliyah here.
That means Febiven can't get to his blue buff either, so he has to hand it off.
Looks good. Small advantages coming in on the side of H2K. Continuing to make aggressive moves, and I gotta say, Ryu looks so much more proactive on this Taliyah than we've seen him in a long time.
Yeah, it is honestly a favorable matchup here. It's so easy for Taliyah to play because you can always clear out the mini wave with you. Rekkles, no spell shield probably.
Shot. 3, 4. Oh!
He probably used the spell shield on their tower while getting away, and that's probably what prompted Freeze to use his ultimate. Otherwise, it's pretty random here.
Bullying out. They've got pressure on the top side. Spirit's moving up to respond, but they're gonna get some decent damage down.
And you can TP with Odoamne too with Equalizer. He
TP
wants that wave.
almost up. Waiting on the cooldown.
And this turret pressure now, the sustain advantage force backs obviously gives them residual damage on the tower here. So the duel going on. Odoamne seems to be looking for something.
Oh, Kikis. Patience there. Odo may have overcommitted here.
He got played.
Hop, skip, and a jump. He's going to go back in. Odo goes into the bush. Kikis, is he going to make it? Oh, first blood! So little health available on that Gnar. 14, it's ticking down. The TP is coming in. Taliyah, here comes the Weaver's Wall! It's not enough! H2K, they trade it back.
They trade it back, but it cost them an additional teleport, and it gives Febiven breathing room. He's looking to deny at least a wave, but then Jankos is going to soak that up. But what a duel there. Complete miscalculation on the side of Odoamne, and he gets 1v1 by Kikis. It was super close on the back end, though.
Definitely very close, but Kikis coming back into the league in style. He only had 3 days to practice.
Hang on,
the team.
we got to look to the future here instead of looking at the past. There's a 4-man roam. This is reaction to that bot lane play here, but there is still TP on Odoamne. They need it quick.
Febiven up available. Here comes the TP from Kikis. Looks like they're looking to force the dive. Odo's TPing in as well, but he does not have the equalizer. Proto belt forward. Exhaust goes down. YellowStar looking for some fancy plays. Grabs one. The other one's going to go to him. Odo falls too. Beautiful execution from Fnatic.
Oh, Fnatic, they capitalized on the back of that entire ordeal because Kikis played that so well in the bottom lane. H2K used an additional teleport and more importantly moved Ryu away from top lane. So guess what, Fnatic, they move up with Febiven who had lane priority because of that entire plane. This is how you snowball a lead. You use your mid lane priority to roam. You don't go for damage on the turrets, you don't go for raptors or wolves. Those days are over. You just roam top, use the teleport on your top laner, and you just dive 5v3.
Such good play coming in from Fnatic, responding to the advantages given to them. Mid lane tower will drop for H2K. They will balance out that gold lead, but it's just traded for Rift Herald.
Right, it's traded for top lane tower too, so not only do they get the kills, they trade towers equally. Like, this is where it all started. Kikis jukes the entire equalizer in that brush, hops over into his minions, and then can help out. This is why Odoamne went out, and then he realizes, you know what, I can just win this trade.
And a single tick of the equalizer.
Yeah, and the aggressive flash too, very important. If you just go for the normal boomerang, it will get flashed, and then Kikis has too many cooldowns, and he can't actually kill the Rumble. So going for the aggressive flash was the right play. And then Fnatic's like, okay, push up mid Azir, jungle holds. Jungle is now not ready to react. Your jungle is there to foul. 4v2 turns into 5v3 with 2 teleports coming in. Beautiful block from YellowStar. Like, this is macro play to a T. Great punish by Fnatic.
Comes in, boomerang play. We can watch the cleanup now, but it's just too easy for Fnatic on the back half of this execution. On the hunt comes out. Odo set to fall. We can watch it again and again. It's just so well done.
But the flow over of advantage is something I just really adore watching, you know. Starting in the bottom, ending at the top here.
One more 1v1. Gnar goes in, hops over the equalizer, knocks him back, wants to keep him in the fight. Odo falling down, but no skills left. Oh, Kikis grabs another one. Here comes Jankos. Well, it traded back. Mini Gnar coming. Does not need to make it out. Wallop isn't available. Isn't going to get the CC. They're just trading blows back and forth.
Trading blows, but while it takes 2 members to deal with that fight in the top lane, Fnatic claim an objective in the bottom lane. Not only a turret, they're looking at their Infernal Dragon here.
Things just continuing to go in Fnatic's favor. The gold lead building. Jankos looking for another tower. Just going to even it up. And once again, Dragon now falling in favor of Fnatic.
Yeah, so additional bonuses, a couple of kills and a Dragon on each turret trade here for Fnatic. What a fast-paced game here. Tons of action centered around, honestly, high-skilled duels here in which Kikis is a front-runner.
Absolutely. We can take a look at it one more time.
I need to see if Kikis actually jukes the proto belt here, because it looked like Odoamne went the wrong way with the belt. Because Kikis is going to hop over and put him behind him. And then Odoamne's proto belt misses. Ooh.
That's
that could have
massive.
maybe been the difference here.
Those rockets, if you can land that cluster head on, do so much damage.
Regardless, Jankos is still in this area, so the cross map for Fnatic would have played out anyways. The only difference would have been that Jankos doesn't maybe not get an assist on a kill, but Odoamne picks up the kill gold because he's desperate for some gold influx.
Desperately needs it indeed. H2K, they're clearing out a little bit of this vision. They're trying to regain control over their side of the map, trying to push in some vision down on Fnatic. They need to know what's happening before it's right on top of them. Fnatic, the stampede is coming through. Vander maybe looking for the steal.
Febiven waited with starting that blue. Spirit picks it up in the end. Febiven waited until the ward was gone before attacking it, so hopefully nobody can even steal. But then the challenge from H2K, the ward, made it so that Spirit had to pick it up himself. So another blue buff tonight from Febiven. Honestly, so many teams target Febiven's blue buff. He continuously has to play at a blue buff disadvantage, week in, week out.
Gotta be frustrating for him. Much harder for him to clear out those waves. Already in a matchup, very Taliyah favored. As we mentioned, Weaver's wall comes in. Suddenly Rekkles is all alone. Great isolation, but YellowStar is gonna hop over the wall. Is gonna make it in. They re-engage. Curtain call comes in, but who is going to drop? YellowStar 2 shots, 3 shots. At the 4th, Rekkles body blocks for his brother in arms. And they're starting to fall as Spirit runs forward. Vander falls. Kikis out of nowhere. Jankos and Freeze running for their lives.
But you can't start a party before firing up your barbecue. Where was Odoamne in that entire exchange? He has Equalizer, he has Teleport available. If you're going for a global pickoff, you need to instantly TP, because you know the ensuing fight, you will win because you are the first one making the move. H2K dive into a situation where Fnatic out-react them. That should never be possible here. Good reaction from Fnatic though. Instant trigger on the leap from YellowStar. Watch this again. He's stuck over the wall. Ironically, Rekkles then flashes over to the other side. But Spirit immediately puts on the aggro too. And then Febiven swoops over, over the wall with the QE combo. And Freeze can't pick up any kills here. And then Kikis even comes in for the finish on Vander. And then look in top lane. Odoamne is just farming, so this is so disjointed by H2K.
Absolutely, and Odo may have recouped the loss there to a certain degree, but Gnar picks up another kill, balances all out again, and Fnatic, they get the kills, now they got the time to back, and he's just going to catch that wave on the top side.
When he gets to itemize soul.
Aggressive play, good knock-up coming in. Febiven, though, going to push him out. Vander goes in, Snare goes down. Looks like Febiven is going to fall. H2K getting one back, but here comes the TP. We're not done yet. Kikis, Gnar jumps forward, knock into the wall. 3 members, Spirit's on the backside. Kikis is starting to fall. Freeze flashes to safety. Jankos is in trouble. Ryu looking to disengage. They're so aggressive. Fnatic do not care. They are down members, but the fight keeps going. Rekkles has arrived on the hunt available. Pops it to take his team to safety. Odo gonna back off. Weaver's wall comes in.
Weird fight here. A couple of misplays, couple of really nice plays here, but we need to watch that again to point out some of the subtleties here. It all started with a really good dash interrupt. Good reaction too from Vander to up into a snare. Finish off Febiven. Then I think in that fight, Spirit's ultimate came a fraction of a second too late, so he still got knocked up. Wasn't immune. And then Ryu's play at the end was a little sloppy too. Definitely could have been played better on both sides. But I like the action we have this game, Tsepha.
Absolutely, and I like that H2K, despite falling behind, are not scared to make these proactive plays. Yes, it's taking a risk, but when you're this far behind, it feels like you have to take risks, especially against a team like that.
Watch this again. So Jankos, this ward kind of fades in front of him. Gets the interrupt of Febiven. It's a little bit greedy not to just flash over. As he flash anyways. Good finish. This is great. Then Kikis comes in. Everybody wants to dodge the knockback, but then he goes for a lead triple, and that's a beautiful Gnar ulti. Let's see Spirit. Does he get knocked up? Yes, he does. And then he pops his ultimate. So he loses a couple of seconds of attack time that could have maybe finished off Jankos. Odoamne almost got the turnaround there, but really good on the hunt.
Oh, Ryu.
Oh, Karma's coming too.
This could be disastrous. Rockstar comes out. Gonna make it out, throws down the damage. Blocked out by YellowStar. Good leap back.
Yeah, always check your brushes. Refresh your pivot tables. Check your brushes.
2 rules of League of Legends and stats. And they're moving in, getting cheeky here. Freeze in trouble. Spirit, what? Spirit just runs through the AD carry. Freeze, what are you doing?
Standing?
Still, yes. Dying, yes.
How dare you, Freeze, be in front of your own tier 2 turret, trying to clear a minion wave?
I mean, is
Preposterous.
Spirit just that strong? He just doesn't care?
I mean, that's an Olaf that is slightly ahead, and you're playing a low mobility pick here. That's why you will always need your support around you, hopefully with an exhaust, because exhaust is the one thing that still goes through. Damage reduction goes through back knock.
Oh, knock back into the tower. Ryu does a lot of damage, is going to get knocked down. Spirit's going to pick up another one. Body block comes in. Kikis, maybe looking to go forward, tempering that aggression, backing off.
Fnatic is tearing H2K apart. They're locking Odoamne in these side lanes. His equalizer can never be used in any of H2K setups here, and they're continuously falling behind. 2K became 3K, looking to become 4K here as they're going
Knock
down.
back. Looking for the disengage. Wallop comes out.
There's Odo.
Transformation. Here comes the TP. Spirit. No ulti available quite yet. Buying time, hoping to get it out. Curtain call comes in, and it's going to be curtains for Spirit. One more shot. And the shutdown goes over to Freeze.
Good for Freeze here. Picks up residual kill there. After Spirit came and asked him a question.
It's rough.
Rough life, being AD carry against Fed Olaf.
Yep. Barrels down. Righteous Glory. He's going to get this Cloud Drake, though. Maybe a little harder to get on top of him there.
We're not jumping on the anti-Cloud Drake hype. No one is dead.
Because they buffed him next match.
Do this again. Rio going for poker on Febiven, and Febiven reacts with the scoop. Look at the damage though. Rio does a lot of damage here. Febiven almost drops here at the end. Spirit steps forward into the mountain. Good. And then gonna make it out alive. Rekkles takes bot lane tower, and then obviously teleport. Teleport for 1 kill is acceptable. I'll see on the back end of that play because they also got bot lane turret. But Freeze still is the one that picks that up.
Get it in the end. Nice shutdown coming in as well. So a little bit of extra gold moving over to Freeze. Looks like he'll be building towards that Dusk Blade as well.
And I like the Sivir choice, at least with the Azir, because Sivir can play on side lanes. Has enough mobility to make it out. Spell shield, really hard to be picked off. So, Fnatic is playing on 3 lanes. You know, whereas last game we had such a dense game. Spirit will have to ult here. He should be fine though.
Fight continuing.
In
In goes the Weaver wall. It's Rekkles is all alone. Body block comes in from YellowStar, but he's trapped in the equalizer. Flash to safety. Disengage comes out. Spirit, is he going to commit? Suddenly Kikis is on the backside. Ryu's trying to buy time for the team. Gnar is on the way. Freeze drops. Kikis on a killing spree. Moving onto the front line. House comes out. Vander flashing to safety. Fnatic taking another fight.
Yeah, it looked really nice. It was one of those stone grills there, you know, cut off with the wall and then fire it up with the equalizer. But if Fnatic have flashes, they can kite so well.
Oh, in goes Kikis. Ryu gonna try to make it out of this one. Zones as best as he can, throwing down the workaround. Movement speed not enough. Kikis on a rampage now.
A 6-2-in-1 here. This Gnar performance from Kikis is honestly extraordinary. Slotting in almost perfectly in his Fnatic. So this is a guy who subbed in. This is his first games, you know, his first week with Fnatic, and he's already performing so well.
Tweeted out earlier, 3 days of practice. This man staying on point despite his time away from competitive play and absolutely crushing Odo in so many of those 1v1 scenarios.
Hey man, he played in the Gravity Chamber. He played in European Solar Cube. It's like suddenly his jungle helps him. His team doesn't flame him if he gets 3v1. It's like, what is this, you know? Power of friendship.
Working out well for them so far. A little bit more than the power of friendship backing up now too. So many magic resist items. Really only one AD threat on the opposite side.
All right, so they engage on Spirit. I think this is where H2K just reset. They continue to play good wall zone. They want Rekkles, but like this is all conditional on Rekkles not flashing out. Guess what? Flashes out anyway. Psych. And then the turnaround. Freeze gets zoned by Kikis on the bot side. Again, you know, Kikis herding the cattle here. forcing Freeze to walk into his untimely demise, forcing Vander flash here. Yeah. Fnatic, good control.
Gnar ticket down, flashes in to get that.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good play coming in overall. Kikis taking Gnar to his limits on that rage bar. So many players, you know, make mistakes around managing that, but it has not been an issue for Kikis thus far.
Stored up his rage.
I mean, maybe that's the solo queue experience you're talking about.
Yep.
You know?
Reading all the community threads, making fun of him. It's like, guess what, guys? Right,
This one's for the haters.
I mean, if there's one thing that Kikis had, like, he left the Unicorns at a high because he didn't feel comfortable in the team. Hang on, I'll go back to that later because we have another fight here, Tsepha.
Weaver's wall. Taliyah just gonna hop off there though.
All right, get back to the fight. Get back to the point here because we don't have a fight here, Tsepha. Like, he left Unicorns of Love on a high to go to G2 and Challenger, and everybody kind of, you know, mocked him. Switching roles too all of a sudden, you know, and then he leaves G2 eSports. Now Freeze is going down again here.
Freeze about to leave this world. He goes down. That was easy for them. Fnatic moving forward, and this is disastrous because Spirit is killing everyone.
Spirit is angry. I mean, I know he misses Gamsu, but damn.
You can't do that to people.
This is one way to vent. Always let your anger out, guys. Play Olaf. Anyways, Kikis leaves G2 eSports and then somehow ends up back into a good position here. When nobody thought like there was a way out, everybody thought he was going to playoffs teamless here, and he slots him perfectly.
It's a great place to be, and Fnatic clearly benefiting from this. A very decisive play coming in both of their games, taking advantages back from H2K in game one, and this time building all the advantages on their own. Odo's going to get a tower back, but with Baron dropping with nearly a 10k gold lead in favor of Fnatic, their options and their time are running out here in this series.
And this is such a good day one for Fnatic. Not only do they get what they desperately need, which is the 3 points to solidify them in the top leaderboard, they also close out in a very memorable game. You know, you can win close game, but like getting a confident stomp like this is so important going into day 2. Obviously, they'll need to remain calm, but I'm sure Daylor will point them out on that one. But this has to just feel so good for a lineup that went through like such a high-profile roster switch. Whenever Fnatic makes a change, there's so many eyes on it, so many community threads, so many fans that are either happy, sad, angry, that twist your words.
This is a make or break moment for Kikis.
Yeah.
When we think about it. I mean, this will set the perception for Fnatic fans. This is the level of performance they're going to come to expect from this guy.
I mean, yes, but it's better than at least than things being taken out of context. So often people make rash decisions and then extrapolate on them regarding this. Like, there's one frame of Gamsu not talking to somebody in Life of Legends. Ooh, Gamsu never talks to anybody, you know? Like, people blow up everything in esports, so having he start out well is just so big for the team.
Well, H2K are now looking to blow up Kikis.
Yeah, but he's drawing aggro.
Oh,
now
Weaver's wall
comes in. Tower's dead though.
They're trapped in the base, but what are they going to do with it? Equalizer on the backside, that's great. On the hunt for the disengage. YellowStar protecting his team. Odo dashes forward. Rekkles potentially in trouble. Flash over the wall. Fancy footwork from Rekkles, ripping through Odo. He's stunned up. Spirit takes down Ryu. The fight continues. He's unstoppable. Ooh, shot down under Rekkles. Moving forward. Soldiers on the front lines. Inhibitor going to fall. Fnatic taking another fight. 4-16, the kill score.
Yeah, and they're just slipping away on slivers of health here. Really good kiting from Fnatic. Moving as a well-oiled machine, not panic flashing over the wall immediately. One guy jumps out, second follows. YellowStar did a good job peeling, but somehow still survives. The fact that he's died 0 times on his Braum is honestly impressive. You have to praise him for that one.
I mean, continuing to move in here as well. Going to continue to grow these advantages with the Ocean Drake. Not giving the opportunity for H2K to come back whatsoever. Jankos will get a nice view of that one falling. No opportunity to steal. Still enough time left on the Baron buff to get the recalls in as well.
Yeah, look at how clean this fight is. So they have the hard engage equalizer. They're playing against all this poke coming out. Febiven actually left the fight pretty early, but here, YellowStar, very latest moment, flashes out. Odoamne still gets stunned here. There's an exhaustion that comes out from Febiven as he walks back into the fight. Nobody really dropping here. Everybody kind of has each other's backs here in Fnatic lineup.
And we look at it, Freeze. I mean, you can't afford to be missing 2 or 3 shots. Really got to turn it up a notch here. H2K moving forward. Jankos a flash engage. That is desperation coming in for H2K. They just want to get something. They want to find a pick, a kill, anything to bring them back into this game. continuing to move forward, backing out here. Ward's clearing out as well. I mean, just Fnatic, it should be easy for them to close out at this point. There's just not really any room for outplays.
Yeah, setting up the 4-1 tower in their back, which is safe. They need to wait just a little bit for Kikis to arrive at the top lane tower. This is the one window here. Yes, and H2K is looking to take it.
Comes in, where the shot's gonna land. They're gonna grab it, turn around. Spirit running for his life. Shot landing onto YellowStar.
Over-eager by
H2K.
Fnatic. Their Baron buff was wearing off pretty soon, so they really wanted to capitalize on that final push, but they didn't wait for Kikis to be in place. Put counter pressure here. And H2K immediately unleashed.
Kikis has to hop away. They're not gonna be able to get the tower.
Yeah, they immediately unleashed all their ultimates at once. And then obviously the push is thwarted here. Rekkles gets caught out. His flash was down from the previous engage.
Jankos, fancy footwork to make it out of this one. Brett Febiven just gonna walk away here, no fear.
Yeah, he has to be scared of Jhin W that's coming. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Locked up. Freeze on the front lines.
Ooh, the back end teleports from Kikis.
Have to heal to make it out of this one. The knockup coming in, the sacrificial lamb. Jankos, he's gonna be knocked down, but he's gonna save the rest of his team here.
Oh, they're getting cornered. Kikis is in the base here, looking for the swift cutoff. Ghost.
Spirit. Ragnarok not up and available. He could get locked down. Freeze takes down Febiven in the meantime. Vander gonna make it to safety. Spirit has overextended, overstayed his welcome. The 1-for-1 trade in the end, but H2K holding on.
Yeah, Mantra W, incredibly strong on Karma. It regenerates more, and on the back end, you just get like 20% of your health back again. Missing health, rather. So Vander making great use of that.
I mean, excellent hold coming in for H2K. I thought they were down and out, but they're continuing to match Fnatic here.
Yeah, in Fnatic, you have to respect that, because you always have to put yourself in the position of your enemy. If you're about to get 4-1, and you know you will fall apart, 4v4 and 1v1, the only counterplay you have is to either hard engage on the 1, but that means the 4 take your base anyways, so that's off the table too. The only play you have is to hard engage on the 4 and get a pick off on the AD carry, and that's exactly what they did there. And then hope you make it back in time to challenge the 1 and not let him get the tower here.
As you can see this extended gauge, we'll play through it one more time. Febiven looks good for him.
Yeah, Febiven thinks it's 2v1, and H2K want him to think that as they go in for a Jhin W, but there's just so much damage on the side of Fnatic that they kind of get surprised here. On the back end, teleport comes in. And then the follow-up from Freeze. Look at this, like Vander should be dead here, but I think he jukes 1, and then goes for Mantra W.
Yep. So much immediate healing. Heals up one more time. Spirit desperately trying to throw those axes.
Kikis still killed Freeze too here. Nice, a monster performance from him.
Really solid. Mahawk Malmorty is the only AD he needs, apparently.
Kikis has more kills than the entire H2K squad combined.
That is terrifying to play, and it's all in tanky stats too. Jankos tunneling his way out of that one. Fnatic trying to retake control of the jungle. Tired of giving up advantages here.
Yeah, they're just gonna choke out the vision, keep them pushed in, and then return to Baron rather, and then they can finish off cleanly. They're also waiting for Rekkles' flashes, so a couple more seconds. Again, H2K can only win against no flashes, because then they can really make use of that lockdown combo that they're running, really punish people. But if one guy kind of flashes one shot, jukes the next, Freeze ulti is useless, Equalizer doesn't have the full effect.
A lot of poke.
Here. Look at how aggressive they're putting their vision though. H2K is challenging vision at their own wolves at this point.
So forward. Spirit taking a little bit of damage here. Lots of poke going down, but I don't think it's going to deter Fnatic from trying to pressure this Baron.
And Fnatic pushing in immediately side wave 2. Rekkles is a little bit low. No lifesteal. Very many AD carry builds sadly don't have too much lifesteal in them. So this is maybe an opportunity for H2K.
Baron started. Baron falling down. Got to keep our eyes on Jankos.
Look for Weaver's Wall combo into the Jhin ultimate. Fnatic will have to reset here because they put their vision too deep in no sustain.
Moving in, Kikis maybe looking for the flank on the wall. Goes in, hits 4 back. Is it going to be enough? Jankos moving in. YellowStar with a follow-up. They're continuing the fight. Spirit in the backline. Ryu in trouble. Suddenly there's so much damage onto Spirit, but it is simply not enough. Equalizer comes in. Fnatic burning through H2K. The double kill comes down. No hope left.
And we just gotta be honest here, the impact in some of these coordinated engages that Fnatic has is just so big. Now Febiven looking for the swoop here.
Highlight reel moment for him. Double kill comes out. Is that the double-double?
He renders his opponents into montage material here. But holy cow, that engage here, that was a well-communicated setup where Kikis was leading the charge. He was spearheading that engage here, even with a slightly missed Gnar ultimate. Fnatic still close out 6 kills to 23. What an impressive performance.
Absolutely dominating. After a comeback in game 1, they absolutely crush it out. in game 2. I mean, just beautiful play coming in, even with that new player.
I mean, we don't have to argue who gets player of the game here.
No.
It's YellowStar, of course. Not dying on that Braum.
Good job. Noticing a little bit of a trend toward which roles you appreciate more.
Let's talk about support. Nah, Kikis did phenomenally well, man. What a game here. Subtle outplays in the 1v1s, drawing Jankos to the top lane, and still going equal in some of these setups here, allowing Fnatic to cross map. What a game.
Yeah, I mean, that was just... We had 1v1s, we had crazy Gnar engages. I'm excited to see more of Kikis. This lineup looks...
Hey, man, don't pull a community here. Don't extrapolate.
What? Listen.
Kikis is going to carry every single
I don't think Kikis is going to carry every single game. I didn't say that, Mr. Extrapolate. I just said I'm excited to see more.
I'm pulling a community here. I'm putting words in your mouth and then immediately fighting against them. I essentially made you a straw man.
I don't want to be a straw man, Krepo.
I want to be a real man. I want to be a real boy. Nope. Fnatic though, that's performance. 3 points, so important. This is a direct competitor. Like H2K is up there in the leaderboards, and Fnatic, they're going up there.
And especially after Splice 1-1 today, got that additional point, H2K really needed a 2-0 if they wanted to remain in the top 3 or to move back up into the top 3. No longer an option for them. Fnatic, though, happy to have those additional points, now contesting G2 for the top of the standings.
And they have a really good mix of players. Because Fnatic as a team, like, there have been times where we questioned, you know, YellowStar's individual play, but then he made really good contributions to the teams in terms of shot calling. The more people that can thrive off that and have really good communication, you can overcome some of your inabilities, at least in a Western area, with a low econ top laner that has really good built-in communication. Like maybe Fnatic have higher their skill ceiling.
Very true. At the same time, that guy got a lot of gold this game. 10 kills. I mean, technically low econ and the way that he played.
I mean, we don't know how it's going to play out, so we have to kind of, you know, guess and at least look for some narratives here. That's what we do, you know.
But
build everything in storyline.
Yeah. But it looks good. I mean, it looks good for Fnatic, and things actually on the other side looking really rough for H2K. I like the composition they built.
Yeah.
I like the way that they tried to execute those team fights, but it just did not.
They just ran out of
together.
steam. Like H2K have this weird ability to always run out of steam with their comps, even when they have considerable roaming. I think the biggest drawback was their first roam when they went to the top lane and they didn't get a kill right there. You know, when they went to force Rekkles back and Rekkles backed anyways on the BF sword, I think that's where H2K lost a lot of potential momentum. And that's why it seems like out of nowhere H2K start losing the games, because some of the plays that they need to make to play towards their spike, they fail. Like in the first game as well, they had that Dragon skirmish where Odoamne didn't TP in. They could have gotten like way more out of that, and because they only dropped 1 or 2 kills, as opposed to claiming 3 themselves, that's like a 5-kill switch, you know? Yeah. That's where you, like, the opportunity cost on some of their plays are just too high.
Absolutely, and I just think that additionally you could see there the desperation starting to set in at the end, and that's never really what you want to see from a top team, making these over-aggressive moves to try to come back. I like that they made moves. I like that they were aggressive, but sometimes
sometimes they work. You know, when Fnatic did the 4-1 and they immediately engage, that's technically a desperation move by H2K, and then suddenly they kill the enemy AD carry and everything is great again. But they need to stop being put in those situations. They really need to shore up and fix, because they used to be the macro team. Yeah. Like this roster used to be so good, you know, barring, you know, Freeze being in now Forgiven previously. There are some clear issues with H2K as a team.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think it's honestly a little bit disappointing to see them fall down like this, to see them struggle like this. I'm always excited to see teams pick up roster changes and do well, but H2K is the opposite side of that, and it's not Freeze's fault. I mean, the team as a whole.
It's like stuck in the team. There's no clear player that's making these mistakes. It's just not meshing well together. You know, more importantly, Odoamne's teleports. Like the fact that they go for a 4-man play aggressively with Odoamne out there, like both deciding plays that H2K lost were miscommunicated towards their top laner. Whether he isn't joining or is joining late because of his own fault, or whether his team is working without the knowledge of where he is. The Abyssal Voyage that chased into the loss, into the losing play for 1 was a fault. And then this game, they went for a 4-man aggro play. Odoamne had teleport and equalizer, and he didn't join the party.
And additionally, despite losing the initial 1v1, continuing to do that, like continuing to look for these fights against Kikis, maybe has the confidence there. I mean, a game of inches so frequently, so close for these outplays. 14 health left on Kikis. Both times, H2K is able to pick up the kills in the end, but it costs so many resources to get that 1-for-1.
And that's pretty much everything said and done. Now Fnatic can go home after a very long day.
Yeah.
Had a couple of pauses here. I think we're waiting for the interview setup. I'm tired. Tsepha, how are you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm hype. I did interviews for the first part of the day, and then I came up here and I got to watch
League of Legends.
League of Legends.
What a great day.
I mean, I live for this.
Proper scrolled.
Oh, it did. All right, well, it's time for us to throw it over to the analyst desk for a